everyone! Welcome again to my channel. It's me again, Kimmie. So, if bago ka lang dito sa aking channel, please click mo na yung subscribe button and hit mo na rin yung notification bell para naman maging updated ka sa mga latest videos or content na aking ipopost. This video is actually intended for those people who want to take the Nmat but hindi naman talaga medical related course to graduate. So let me just give you an overview. I'm actually a mass communication graduate. So, di ba, napakalayo. Mass comm ako, tapos gusto kong mag-doktor. And hindi pa ako nahirapan sa paghahanap ng mga sources para sa balita. Hindi pa ako nahirapan mag-edit ng mga videos. Hindi pa ako nahirapan gumawa ng script and everything in the mass comm world. Gusto ko pa talaga maging doktor, di ba? So, ano yung mga ginawa ko? And ano yung mga tips na it worked for me? And gusto ko lang talagang i-share because I know there are a lot of videos again and a lot of Nmat tips in the internet. But wala talaga akong masyadong nakita na mga Nmat tips for non-medical related courses. So, ang dami ko ng daldal. Without further daldal, let's try to check what are the Nmat tips na kaya kong ibigay sa inyo. So, number one, I would really emphasize this as number one, it's prepare early. So, the earlier the better. Alam ko may mga non-pre-medical courses related graduate na nag-aaral 1 year ahead. And I actually did that. I actually studied 1 year before, or was it more than a year before the Nmat? But hindi naman talaga everyday nagsa-study ako. Like, study lang kapag may time. Kasi when I decided that I want to really become a doctor, I will share a lot in my blog, written blog, because sa video, I think video is very limited time. So, but when I decided that I really wanted to become a doctor, I was already in my second semester of third year. And I already told my parents about that. So, it was like, nagsisearch na ako, anong mga dapat kong gawin, ano ba talaga yung steps to become a doctor. So, I found out that the very first step to do after you graduate is actually to take the Nmat. So, excited ako masyado. Bumili nga ako ng MSA, Nmat reviewer sa National Bookstore. Like, meron akong sports camera and binenta ko siya para lang makabili ako ng MSA Nmat reviewer sa National Bookstore. It cost 1,150 for one set, actually. So, naging excited ako. Yun ang first step ko. Nag-study ako doon. Kasi nga, hindi ako, mass comm ako, guys. Hindi ako pre-medical courses related, right? So, ang ginawa ko, basa-basa lang. And sa mass comm kasi wala kami masyadong mga science courses. Meron na kaming general biology, natural sciences, and what was that? Genetics, like that. Focus is on genetics. Like, it's very few compared to really medical science courses. And wala rin kami masyadong physics, wala kaming chemistry. So, dapat ko talagang i-recall yung mga high school subjects, guys. So, I decided to purchase the MSA reviewer. I studied that, and I actually tried entering also, and just to find out if may mga nalalaman pa ba talaga ako. So, well, I got a decent score naman sa MSA reviewer. So, but I never knew that I will get the score, actually. So, I actually took the exam. I took the mock exam on my own. I also give time limit to myself because sa Nmat kasi may time limit. So, and it was good. Wala pa akong study noon. And because I really like sciences when I was in high school. So, it's like, oh, ganito pala yung Nmat. So, But of course, MSA is just like the tip of the iceberg, ika nga nila. So I would really suggest that you prepare early, especially if you are like me, wala masyadong mga science-related subjects. Sa course nyo, like Math Com, Besh, wala talaga. So, prepare early. That's it. Kung makakapag-prepare ka like 2 years ahead, 1 year ahead, I think that would be really good for you. So that's my tip number 1, prepare early. Second tip, pasensya na, may notes ako dito. Second tip is gather as much resources or reviewer as you can. So nag-share ako na bumili ako ng MSA and Math Reviewer. But actually, MSA and Math Reviewer is very lacking. Like, maybe in one, like, let's say for example, in biology, genetics, there are just 1 or 2 questions about genetics and explanation. Of course, that doesn't cover everything about genetics. So, well, gladly, we have genetics, and I took the genetics course when I was already in 4th year. So, medyo familiar ako sa genetics. So, but biology is very broad. Hindi mo talaga alam kung ano yung lalabas sa Nmat. So, MSA, same goes with MSA and Math Reviewer. It's very little example problems lang yung makakover niya. So, gather as much as possible, like gather resources, gather reviewers. There are some free reviewers actually that you can download online. Meron din yung mga blogs na nagbibigay ng Nmat tips. Meron din mga reviewer on their own. You can download it for free also. And I was very lucky because I was able to download a Nmat reviewer really from CEM. It's from Scribble, and I was very lucky because meron akong free trial sa Scribble noon. So nakapag-download ako ng CEM CEM sample test. Like, it was legit, guys, because nung nakapagbayad na ako sa CEM, meron silang binibigyan na reviewer. It's really just the same. Aside from MSA Reviewer and so yung mga nada-download niyo for blogs, from blogs, and yung CM Reviewer, I would suggest also to use science high school books. My brother ako na high school when I was preparing for Nmat, and I really got his science book, and it was really helpful. It was really helpful. Hindi ko nakita ko sa science books, hindi ko nakita dun sa MSA Reviewer and other reviewers that I was able to download. So if meron kang brother, sister, na nasa high school pa, or like especially science books nila or mga relatives, so baka naman nakabaon pa yun or kinikip niyo yung mga books niyo dati nung high school kayo. So mga beshi, tingnan niyo na sa baul and kunin nyo na, pag-aralan nyo na. Kasi yun yung pinaka-helpful because Nmat really is just very overview of science-related courses. But again, the challenge here is that you will never know what will come out in the Nmat exam. So, study lang besh. So, gather as much as resources, a reviewer, that's one. And the third one, make a study habit. I told you I prepared for an Nmat for almost a year or more than a year. Pero hindi ako everyday nagsa-study kasi I was still a student when I was preparing for Nmat, right? So, ang ginagawa ko nun is like, sometimes if hindi masyadong busy sa school because meron kaming thesis, meron kaming theater nung time na yun, nung nag-prepare ako sa Nmat. Ang ginagawa ko nun is like, during weekend, or I actually watch medical dramas because I'm not sure if this will help a lot of people, but I think medical dramas helped me. Not just your typical medical dramas. I actually watched Grey's Anatomy, but I didn't learn much. Sorry for Grey's Anatomy fans, but yung Grey's Anatomy kasi is like hospital and the life of the doctors, and personal life also. Um, what I watched is I watched Korean medical dramas, not the typical Korean medical dramas, really the medical drama, like focuses in medical drama, medical genre. That's what I watched before, and it really helped me. I learned a lot about diseases, which might come out also during the Nmat. And it's also just to give a push. Like, I think when you see doctors in dramas, especially, Korean dramas, you get inspired, although you already know that you want to be a doctor, okay? Ito lang yung parang push. So, and what I did after I watched some medical dramas, I studied what I learned from that drama. And I usually watch during weekend. Kasi hindi nga busy weekend, right? So every weekend, ganun yung routine ko. And at the same time, I was also a working student. So it was really very hard to really have a study habit. So, kaya hindi ako everyday nagsa-study nung preparation for NMAT, even though I started early. So, but if you're not a working student like me, because I think my biggest challenge is actually managing my time. So, if you're not a working student, if you're a full-time student, and you don't have any other work, so I would suggest that after you did your school stuff, then the other time that you have, maybe you can half it, divide it into two, which is your free time on your own and the free time to study. I mean, your time to study. So will be, let's say, school stuff. Then after that, your maybe break time. So that will be like medical dramas or other things that you want to do. Then you go to studying for NMAT. So I usually have a calendar. Actually, I have here an example calendar. My calendar is actually like this. I made this on my own. As you can see, it's made, and there are just like boxes, date, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and I wrote something like that. So like tulad nitong, wait, where was that? Actually, this is my, like that, and as you can see, meron mga notes, and I put notes. Then if it is successful, I actually shade it. So like this, look at. So these are time I studied this time. As you can see, hindi talaga siya fixed, guys, na study every day. So sinishade ko like, oh, I successfully studied during this day. So that's my study planner, study habit. Next, practice part 1 a lot. I would really emphasize this one. Part 1 is not about how intelligent you are. Part 1 is really an IQ test, but it doesn't mean na maliit lang yung IQ mo nung nag-take ka nung IQ test noon. Ganun pa rin yung IQ mo. Part 1 is an IQ test, that's true, but you can really practice part 1. Verbal, if you are someone who really likes reading, I think verbal is very easy for you. But I will not guarantee, because like me, I like reading too, but verbal is the lowest that I got in NMAT. I don't know why, because in verbal kasi mayroon siyang mga, how can I say, like antonyms, synonyms, and relationship with each other. So it's like that, pero hindi mo alam kung ano yung relationship nila. So I would suggest you to really practice verbal part 1, and the second part is actually like quantitative. If you're BS math, or if you're someone who are really good at math, like maybe engineering, BS math, a little bit of accountancy, I think it will do good. Quantitative is actually algebra, more like 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, like those, like that, but not just 1. It's usually bigger numbers. 1,500 plus 2,000 times 5,000. It's like that. So, but the basic mathematical operations, there are also like equations, like how can I say, square root of like those. So fractions, especially fractions, if you're very good in fractions, besh, quantitative, quantitative will be your best friend in Nmat. Then there's also like the problem solving, their data interpretation. Data interpretation for me, I think is really good. I think isa yun sa pinaka favorite part ko, data interpretation, because it's very easy. And in logical reasoning, actually you can practice. It's more on patterns. And perceptual acuity, practice lang rin. So, part 1 is really full of practices. If you keep practicing part 1, you will get high part 1 standard score. And actually, it will really help you a lot. Because I actually get a bigger course in part 1, but not so big in part 2 because hindi nga ako science-related graduate, right? But I was able to get a good, maybe not so good, but I was able to get a percentile that got me accepted in medical school. So, yun lang. Part 1 will be your best friend if you really practice part 1 a lot. And next, number 5, have a good place to study. So if you already have if you want to start early, if you already have a lot of resources, if you really have what was that? Studying habits, make a good place to study. What I did is I occupied 2 rooms in our house. One is for studying and one is for sleeping. That's what I did. But sometimes I actually studied for very late at night already, not at night but early morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So I decided to have my bedroom and my study room one area. But hindi ko hinaharap yung study table ko sa bedroom ko kasi nakikita ko yung bedroom ko. Gusto ko matulog, di ba? So it's this is my bedroom and this is my study table, and I'm usually facing here. So I'm nakatalikod ako sa bed ko para hindi ko makita yung bed, para hindi ako antukin. So, ganun lang. Make a good place, and you can actually, if there are free libraries, public libraries in your area, make use of it. I actually tried going to a public library. There was a renovation in our house. It was very, very noisy. Hindi talaga ako makapag-aral. So what I did is that I went out and I went to a public library, and it was great. So make use of the public library kasi, binayaran nyo rin yung tax, or yung family nyo nagbayad din ng tax. So public library will be your best friend too. So next would be number 6, have a break time. So I showed you my study planner, my calendar, at the same time study planner. So have a break time. Don't force yourself. Kapag hindi na kaya, break na. So I actually did also Pomodoro technique. It's a very popular, kung hindi nyo pa alam yung Pomodoro technique, it's actually 25 minutes study, 5 minutes break. I actually did that, and it's really refreshing for me. I'm someone who can study for very long hours. I can study for 3 hours straight, I tell you. But if you don't have a break time, actually you just keep studying, and sometimes you just realize may mga parts na talaga na hindi mo talaga na-remember. So I would suggest you to have a break time in between. You can also do 15 minutes studying, 10 minutes break. It really depends on you. You can use Pomodoro. There are a lot of Pomodoro applications, so it's really good. And also, you can also use mnemonics. That's what I did. So especially in biology, there are a lot of things in biology to memorize. So I actually do mnemonics also. And what else? I tried to rewrite notes. So let's say, for example, I read this one in the book. I write it again in a piece of paper or in a notebook, and I write it in how I understand it. So in that way, I can really make sure that naiintindihan ko talaga yung sinastudy ko, di ba? So, yeah, to have a break time every time you study. And next, prepare your favorite food, but not just a very, like, not just favorite food, because meron tayong mga favorite food like hamburger, french fries. Make sure it's healthy food, guys. Why it's so healthy food? Because I actually tried that. I studied and I ate chips. Like, I really like, I shared in my other video that I like eating junk food, which is french fries and V-cut potato chips and Marty's. I tried eating V-cut in french fries before and during the break time when I was studying, but hindi talaga siya nakakatulong. So, I would really suggest you to prepare healthy snacks. What are the healthy snacks? Maybe you can have walnuts, almonds, peanuts. Peanuts is very good for when you're studying. Dark chocolate, actually dark chocolate is very good as a reward. Like, maybe after 2 hours of studying, you will reward yourself with dark chocolate. That's really nice. So, reward yourself. And the last tip that I will share to you is that you can never have too much information. So if you want to study a lot, I saw a blog before that it says like, don't study a lot because Nmat is just common sense. No guys, we are from non-medical course, so study as much as you can. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. So if you have any questions, comment it down below and I will answer it, or maybe you can make another vlog to answer those questions. Have a good day guys. See you again, and this is again Kimmie. So if you like this video, click the thumbs up and subscribe and bell icon also if you want. Have a good day and see you again. God bless. Bye bye.